Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is, whenever you watch this video. Welcome to Wonderfully Made to Be Great. Hi, I hope you're doing wonderful. So my last video was basically talking about using prayer, having time to just talk about your problems and whatever that's on your heart that is heavy. Today what I want to talk to you about is patience. Dum dum dum. Yes, patience. Patience is hard, and I am telling you that with my experience as a woman, as a mom, as a wife. When I get, when when the Lord sends my husband at the right time, even with that patience, waiting for the money to come to do whatever you need to do, pay a bill, opening a business, travel, this quarantine, being stuck in your house, so many things. Why we need patience, because if not, the outcome of not having patience will either put you in the wrong place at the wrong time, have you being in the wrong relationship at the wrong time. And even if that person was meant for you, but if it wasn't in God's timing, it's just going to bring complications. So, and with patience, positivity manifests change. You can't be negative when you're waiting. Negativity brings destruction. Why I say that? Because negativity, it's not good. Negativity just brings negative things around you. Negativity just brings the wrong encouraging words. You don't want that. It's not good at all. You have to find that faith, and again, it's coming to prayer. It's coming to having that conversation with the Lord to guide you, to give you that peace so that you can wait. Waiting, yes, it is hard. Like waiting, I hate lines. Like for instance, I hate lines. I don't like waiting in the line for food. I don't like waiting in line for nothing. I don't. But sometimes you have to wait, because I've learned in my life with all the things that I've been through that patience is key. Because you're upset, you're rushing to, let me give you an example. You're rushing to work. You're late. You're rushing. You're trying to get everything together. When you're rushing, because you're not patient, what happens? You leave your lunch. You run a light. Your coffee spills on you. You get into an accident. God forbid. I don't want no one getting an accident, anyone that drives. But if you are patient, if you're late, that means one, your time management, it was just horrible for that day. And I've been late before, so it's for appointments to go to the doctor. I've been late. And rushing sometimes is not good, because then you're putting yourself in a worse problem, because now you have to speed. And then what's going to happen? You're end up going to get a ticket. So you have to plan it. Plan something that's going to help you to not cause yourself to become in a predicament that you don't need to be in. To not cause yourself to be in something that's just going to cause you pain and problems that you didn't have to go through. Now you don't have to go through that issue and that anxiety, that headache, that problem, because you were patient. So use your faith and praise as your worship and prayer. So glory yea in his holy name. This is First Chronicle 16 verse 10 through 12. It says, glory in his holy name. Let your heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek the Lord and his strength, and seek his face continuously. Remember his marvelous works that he has done, his wonders and the judgment of his mouth. So if you show the Lord that you can wait for his promises, or if you show yourself that you can be patient, do you know all the things that you can overcome? Do you know all the wonderful doors that you're going to walk in because you waited for the right moment, the right time? You don't know the right time. You don't know the right anything. Because if you are looking for that right door and you walk in at the wrong time, it's not going to go the way that you want it to go. It's not. It's just going to bring problems, destruction. For instance, the people that's waiting for a relationship, like me, for instance, right? But because of patience and because of prayer and because of asking God and being honest, like, Lord, this is hard. I don't want to be alone. Who wants to be alone? I want someone to pray with. I want someone to talk with. I want someone to communicate with. I want the right person to understand me. Because if you're in a relationship where the person can't speak with you, not understand you, doesn't pray for you, and is there in their own mind, and they're not even worrying about you, but you're trying to make this relationship work and they're not, because they're on another page and they're worrying about whatever the heavens that's going on in their mind, it's not the right timing. The right timing, when it's the right timing, and you waited and you were patient and you thought, you listened, and you took a breath to just think, then God is gonna, his timing, he's gonna send that person, and you're gonna have that great communication where he's not in his own world, because he's finished with whatever he had, his assignment, and you're finished with whatever your assignment, and whatever that God was molding you for and making you into that woman you need to be, or making you into that man you need to be. Now is the perfect timing, because now both of you guys are pushing each other, building. It is ready for that relationship, because both of your mind, you're not distracted. You're staying in the word, you're praying, you're worshiping, you're asking for the right push, you're asking for, my favorite word, provision. You're seeking, you're patient. You're asking for patience, because patience helps you deal with any situation. You go out in the street, someone cuts you off. Instead of you cussing and going crazy and being rude, I'm going to be calm. I know this is hard, but hey, they drive crazy. Lord, go with that person. Give them knowledge to know how to drive on this road and to be at peace. Because then you don't know who's crazy in this world. You do road rage and get upset and want to cut them back off, or stick up your middle finger, or whatever the case, or use profanity, which I hate so dearly. But what's going to happen? That person could turn out crazy, get out of their car and shoot you. And I've heard multiple stories of that. In the job that I used to work for, I found that it happened to someone that worked at my job. See that person one day, and the next day you find out that that person got shot. Because the person got upset because you got out of the car and you were just going crazy and you flipped them off and they followed you, and it turned into a mess because you didn't want to be patient. You didn't want to just take a breather. You didn't want to think, listen, and process what was going on. It's okay to just be calm. You don't have to retaliate every single time. If you like someone, for instance, and you're not getting the response that you need or you want, patience. If it's meant for you, it's going to happen. If it's not happening right now, trust and believe that the right time is going to happen. God is going to make it happen. It was meant for you. It is for you. That job. Why is this job not calling me back? Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I need money. I need everything. Just breathe. Think. Maybe the job is not for you. Maybe God has a better position for you, and that's not the one he wants you to portray. Maybe it's because you need to relax, because the right timing, you go to that job and you run into someone that wants to make you a model or make you a millionaire, or has the right steps for you to take because you waited and you ran into the right time where everything fell into place for you. What happens? That is patience that you need. So let me share something. Let me give you a verse. So it says in the Bible that it is just more guidance in the spirit. You just need more guidance in the spirit to be humble. You gotta be honest with yourself. God, I have an issue. I'm antsy and I want to be more patient. And as a woman, as a young adult, as an adult, as a parent, as a wife, as a husband, as a child, as anything you deal with in life, you need patience to go through it, because if you don't, you're just bringing more problems on your life, and nobody wants more headache. Yes, it's hard. I've been without a job before. Yes, it's stressful. It's stressful when you have to pay your rent, when you have to pay your car note, when you have to pay something, when you want to help out your parents, when you want to help out your children. You want to help out a friend that's going through it. But it's just, if it's not the right timing, nothing you try will work out. You ever have one of those days where you try to, everything that you touch and everything you try, it just doesn't work out? You woke up, you got burned by your curling iron because you weren't, like, you were just rushing and you weren't being calm. Like, it just, everything bad happened. And then you're antsy. Then you're like, now you're rushing out of the house to go somewhere. Then you went into the line of the Starbucks and someone cut you off, right? And then now you're upset and you're like, you know what? You start cussing or whatever the case may be, and you start being rude and you push in all that negative energy because you're not being patient. And then you get your coffee and then it spills because you're just antsy, you're upset. You're not patient, you're just all over the place. And then now you go to work and one of your coworkers say something negative to you and you just want to respond. You're quick. You want to be quick to say something, and then you don't realize your boss is behind you, and now you just caused yourself problems because you got all this stuff worked up in your head. You didn't take the time to think, listen, and just breathe and just listen to the positive things in your head instead of doing something negative that's gonna have a horrible outcome. Because now your boss hears you cussing out Susan, and now Susan, she sometimes we mishear stuff, and Susan didn't even mean to say what she said. It just came out in that way, and she didn't phrase her words correctly, and now your boss is upset with you, and now you either get fired or put a suspended or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that happened to me, but I'm just saying it's just, look at all that led up to everything. If you were patient, if you're just patient from like in the morning of just rushing and just relaxing, everything, nothing would have occurred the way it did. Your coffee would have never spilled because you were calm, because you were just patient. You were just, okay, I know I have to get to work, but because I didn't time management myself the right way, and if I wasn't rushing and woke up late, that I would have never burned myself with the flat iron or, did anything that I wasn't supposed to do. So it's just, you have to get the right mindset in dealing with different things. So it says, let us go forth therefore unto him, without the camp bearing his reproach. This is Hebrews 13 verse 13 through 15. For here we have no continually city, but we seek one to come. By him therefore let us offer the sacrifice of praise to God continuously, that is the fruit of our lips, to give thanks to his name. So it's just patience. Like when you're waiting for a new home to move, but you're waiting for God to send you the right location, the right place, so you don't have to choose the wrong place, and you don't have to go off of your own understanding. You're waiting for the right. Oh, I thought it was. I have a cat, and I heard a noise, but it was the TV and music. This is him, guys. This is the kitty. Her name is Luna. You ever hear a noise and you're like, oh my God, what is that? Especially when you live alone, that's like the worst time where you hear like all the noise. And like, if you don't think about, like process the thoughts in your mind, then you could cause yourself to just start freaking out and just going crazy to find out that the noise came from outside, or it could be because I'm listening to music as well, gospel music on Pandora. But it's just, your mind can go in so many places when you just overthink, and then you don't just breathe and just calm down, So let's see. So this is Hebrews 13 verse 15 in another way, right? It says, through him then let us continuously offer up our praise and sacrifice. Actually, no, it actually was the right thing that I read. So again, patience. Like for instance, the adults that's been waiting for a child. I know how hard it is when you want something so bad. You want it so bad. You want it to happen like right now. And it's like, why is this happening? Why can't it just happen, Lord? If you have to the ability to make it happen because you are the Lord of Lords, you are the King of Kings, you have that supernatural power that you can make anything happen. But if it's not the right timing, it's just not going to happen. And if it does happen at the wrong timing, it could mess up every other beautiful possibility and doors that God has for your life. And you don't want that to happen. If you're a person of faith, you're a person that pushes forward, you have to have patience in everything you deal with life. Even as a parent, you have to be patient. Sometimes your children will just drive you crazy, and you're like, oh my God, why is my child asking me the same question over and over and over again? And if you get upset for no apparent reason, you just showed your child that you don't want to hear them. You don't want to listen. Even if you're aggravated for them asking the same question over and over again, they're looking to you. That's your child. They're asking. You are their. They worship you. You're their parent. They have no one else to ask, and if they can't come to you and speak with you, who else can they speak to? No matter how aggravated you are, you got to be patient. No matter what the heavens happen on that day that made you upset. When it comes to your children, you got to think and just move things away. Like, okay, I know I'm waiting for that job, but let me breathe, because there's no sense in being upset. There's no sense of being, anxious for no reason, because it's just going to bring anxiety, problems, overthinking. You don't want to do that. And then you start leaning on your own understanding, and what's going to happen when you lean on your own understanding? You start doing craziness that it wasn't meant to happen. Then you want to blame God, like, why did you make it happen? No, it wasn't God. You weren't patient enough to sit down and wait. You weren't. Like, for instance, my third car, me rushing. God would have gave me the right car, but me rushing, I'm like, oh my God, I need a car. I didn't need a car. I had other people to take me around. I was just very annoyed and in my head and didn't want, sometimes depending on people is so aggravating. Like, you want to feel independent. There you go. That's the right. You want to feel independent. You don't want to be aggravated. You want to be able to do your own thing when you want to do it. But we are not in control of our own life. God is. He will give us the control to do his will and do certain things the way that he wants you to do it, so that you can get the productivity out of it, so you can get the blessing out of it, so you can get the praise out of it, so you can get the manifestation out of it. Patience is key in everything. Patience is key when you're dealing with a spouse. Your spouse can't see eye to eye. You guys are arguing over the most stupidest thing. I think that it's rice and peas. Or no, it's peas and rice. It's like, if you are not that person to just relax. Guys are guys, women are women. Yes, in a relationship, in a marriage, you guys are going to be one. But sometimes you guys won't agree on everything, and it's okay. That's when the communication comes in, where you guys can communicate. Where you guys can come to an agreement on something where both of you guys are at peace. But if you guys leave a situation undealt with, it's gonna bring problems, because you guys are just upset. Now the Bible says don't ever go to bed with an angry heart. Don't go to bed upset. So now you're upset with when you think about it, the most dumbest situation that could have been dealt with if you guys sit down and talk, like, okay, honey, I understand you feel like it's rice and peas, or whatever the case may be, or peas and rice. And now you're like, okay, Lord, what happened? She's just crying her life away. But it's just you have to have patience to deal with it. Even if you know he's wrong, sometimes it takes everyone deals with things differently. Sometimes it takes that person to just listen. Just replay it back in their head, because they can't see it at that moment. And then when they realize, oh my gosh, I just disrespected that person, when they weren't trying to be mean. They were just trying to give me the right knowledge. They were just trying to help me out. And me, because I'm in my own head and I didn't want to hear anything, and I wasn't patient enough to just calm down and not be angry. Now I don't hear anything. You just see red. And now you got to go apologize to your husband or your wife, because you didn't want to listen. You didn't want to hear what he was saying about whatever he was saying, whatever the disagreement was about. You have to be able to hear. You have to be able to listen. You have to be able to be humble in certain situations. You can't retaliate every single time things doesn't go your way. You have to be patient, because the right thing will come at the right time, and you'll be happy as heck that you waited. You'll be happy. So what I want to do is just pray just encouragement, just pray for peace in the mind and soul, and just pray that the Lord just gives peace and patience to everyone. Luna is like, I'm so sorry. Luna is like the cutest little kitty. Like, she's just so cute. I thank you for my church sister, my church friend. She's so beautiful in the heart and inside out, because I struggle with patience sometimes as a mother, as just being just a human being. But praying and asking God for the right provision in different situations will help you, and it'll make you feel so proud of yourself. And feeling proud of yourself and feeling like you overcame something in your life will help you so much. So, Lord, I just want to thank you for each person that's going to watch this video, and I want to thank you for each person in this world, Lord. I'm asking you to continue to guide us, continue to give us the patience and the wisdom and the knowledge that we need to push forward in these days, Lord. To give us the patience to deal with our everyday life, Lord, when we're waiting on you, Lord, for whatever journey that you want us to portray, Father. Patience as a parent, patience as a wife or husband, patience to wait for your right husband or right wife. Lord, I just thank you for your love, for not giving up on anyone, because you have patience to deal with us, because the amount of things that we've done in life that you still forgave us, the amount of wrong decisions that we made, but you still forgave us. I just want to thank you, Father. Thank you for being so loving. Thank you for being patient. So I want you to pour that down in our souls, our minds, our bodies, and our hearts, Lord. Give us the strength to know what to do when we're in the situations, Lord. To think, to listen, to take a breather. Breathing is the most beautiful thing. We need that to live. Teach each person, even myself, to know to breathe when we're going through the go-through at that moment. And I thank you, because I know you are a faithful Lord, that you will always provide and give the right provision at the right time. I thank you. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. And I love each and every one of you. If you have not heard that, I love you. Stay amazing, stay beautiful, stay faithful, stay strong, and be at peace.